Hello and welcome to Conceptual Chem Classroom. I'm Bernadette Ngum and super excited to have you here always. As a chemistry teacher, have you often wondered why your students perform poorly on this concept, amount of substance and its unit, the mole? Do you struggle to teach this concept with clarity? Let me share with you 32 years experience teaching this concept and what research says are the reasons why teachers find it difficult or challenging to teach this concept. First off, it's an abstract concept and highly theoretical. The amount of substance and mole are not observable entities. They are just abstract representations connecting three conceptual levels. One, the macroscopic level, we see chemical reactions, we see grams. Two, microscopic level of atoms and molecules. And three, symbolic level, chemical formulae and equations. Teachers must shift between these levels in teaching, yet most of the teaching materials stay at the level of symbolic, losing conceptual meaning. Teachers themselves were taught this concept procedurally. They learned how to calculate number of moles or amount of substance in moles without grasping the concept. Thus, they find it hard to explain it intuitively. Thirdly, we have curriculum and textbooks limitations. There's the early use of this concept in calculation without proper grounding. And visual models and analogies are rarely included in textbooks. Plus, teachers hurry to finish teaching this concept in order to prepare students for examinations. So, conceptual understanding is sacrificed for speed. Then the fourth reason is the mathematical and representational barriers. This concept involves proportional reasoning, unit analysis, scientific notation, which are areas that are challenging to most students and to some teachers. And so the teachers just simply resort to formula-based teaching. In the fifth place, we have the issue of limited pedagogic resources and training. Most teachers lack the pedagogic content knowledge specifically related to teaching the concept of amount of substance and the mole. They may have the science, but not how to teach this concept with clarity. Few pre-service and in-service training programs are available to teachers, and teachers themselves lack the professional knowledge, the professional qualification to teach this concept. Let's now share tested and proven strategies that have enabled teachers teach this concept with clarity and with ease. First, emphasize conceptual understanding before calculations. Have you ever, as a teacher, wittingly told your students the importance of amount of substance and the mole, its unit? Have you ever sought to find out all the physics, the chemistry, and the math concepts that must be grasped by the students before teaching this concept of the mole? Have you ever evaluated your students to get the level at which they are, the entry level at which they are in this physics, chemistry, and math concepts before beginning to teach the concept of the mole? That is where we should begin. And then introduce it qualitatively. Start by telling them what the mole is a counting unit, what is being counted. Use day-to-day analogies. For example, the mole is like a dozen, but for atoms. Let the students build the skill of critical thinking. Let them visualize this mole, this quantity, amount of substance before calculations. Use models, use diagrams, use whatever it takes for them to be able to see this invisible mole come alive in their own sight and vision. Secondly, use representational and visual models. Employ particle diagrams, animations, use tangible analogies. Let the students see that one mole of different substances has the same number of particles but different masses. And thirdly, use inquiry and active learning. Let the students learn this concept hands-on. If students can measure 18 grams of water, that's equivalent to 1 mole of water, and read off the volume of that 18 grams, then you're letting them see that amount of substance is related to mass and can be related to volume. And that is how we can get them to link and see the fact that amount of substance is a bridge between mass, volume, number of particles. We have professional development on pedagogic content knowledge. Teachers can come together and form communities of practice. There they can share classroom tested analogies, misconceptions, models, and all what it takes to build the teacher up. Why can't we as teachers build ourselves professionally? Do not wait to be told. We have to learn, liaise with other teachers, share best practices. That is going to help you become a teacher of confidence in teaching this concept. Lastly, curriculum and assessment should be revised such that teaching of this concept should be gradual, and assessment should be such that we are not only testing calculation accuracy, but we are also testing understanding of the concept. We can test that understanding without giving them calculations sometimes. Link this amount of substance to other base physical quantities like mass, like length. Because most teachers do not know that amount of substance is actually a physical quantity and its unit is the mole. So when we actually show the bridge that this amount of substance is a bridge that links mass, volume, and number of particles, and we use precise language. In physics, we say determine the time in seconds, calculate the mass in kilograms. Whereas in chemistry, we simply tell the students, calculate the number of moles. Why can't we use calculate the amount of substance in moles found in this substance? If we use concise and consistent language, the students will understand, and we too will understand that amount of substance is a base quantity like length, like mass, like time, temperature, current, electricity, luminous intensity, and they will treat it as a physical quantity and not load the mole, its unit, on it and make it lose its meaning. If you found this interesting, if you found this useful, share with other colleagues. We are sharing best practices. Click that share button and do the needful. Click the subscribe button and turn on the notification button so that you will get the next video which is coming up next week. Guess what topic that will be on? Find out. Conceptual Chem Classroom, where chemistry concepts come alive, one concept at a time.